Hey everyone, I'm Iskaara, and in this video we'll take a look at all the new upcoming mounts in Dragonflight, and I'll tell you everything we know about them so far. Anyway, let's begin. We're starting with the renewed Proto Drake. This is the first of the 4 customizable dragon riding mounts that you will get. It's a red Proto Dragon kind of model, but of course you can customize this in a million different ways. You obtain this from the first campaign questline in the Waking Shores. The next one is the Windborn Velocidrake. This one is also customizable and is obtained from the campaign quests in Onaran Plains. Then we have the Highland Drake, obtained from the campaign quests in the Azure Span. And we have the Cliffside Wilder Drake, obtained from the campaign quests in Thaldraszus. And those are the 4 customizable dragon riding mounts. These are the mounts that you will probably be riding the most in Dragonflight. But don't worry, they are customizable in a million different ways, so you won't be too bored of them. Then we have the Skitterflies. First up is the Tamed Skitterfly, a purple version. This one comes from Renown 25 with one of the major factions in Dragonflight, the Dragonscale Expedition. You can simply buy this from a vendor once you reach Renown 25. You also have the Azure Skitterfly, same way of acquiring this mount. This is a teal version of it, or Azure. And then you have the Verdant Skitterfly. This one is also obtained from getting Renown 25 with the Dragonscale Expedition. However, you have to find it in open world treasures that are connected to the Dragonscale Expedition once you've reached Renown 25. So there's a little bit of grind to it. Then you have the Planeswalker Bearer. This is a giant mammoth, like prehistoric mammoth kind of thing. It comes from the Onaran Plains, where you have to participate in a open world event called a hunt. So the first time you do that every week, you'll get a bag of spoils, which can contain this one at a low drop chance. Then you have Lizzie, the Thunderspine Trembler. This mount comes from a 5-day quest line that unlocks once you reach Renown 9 with the Maruk Centaur, and then you have to complete like a side quest line to unlock it. And then 5 days later, you'll have this mount. It's a funny looking Kodo with neck problems. Then you have the Divine Kiss of Onara. This one comes from a secret or hidden questline that you unlock by reaching Renown 22 with the Maruk Centaur, and then you have to gather some different items, and yeah, I won't spoil too much. There's a ton of good guides out there. I have one myself if you want to check it out. Anyway, this is a full body transformation mount, which means you're not going to be riding this bird, you'll be transforming yourself into the bird, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, it does still have a cast timer, so it's not competitive against druids, and you cannot have anyone else ride it as well. Next is the Brown Scouting Otter. This one is obtained by reaching Renown 25 with the Iskaara Tuskar in the Azure Span. And this is the brown version. There's also a yellow version, but I haven't been able to find the model, unfortunately. It hasn't been data mined yet, but it is like in the game files and in the mount journal as well, so you just cannot see the model. Then you have the Ivory Trader's Otter. This one is obtained from delivering 3 different dungeon rings to a vendor in Iskaara. This can be, there's no renown level required for this one, so you can actually get this pretty fast. And there's also a darker version of this one, the Iskaara Trader's Otter. This one also comes from the vendor, but you have to bring 2 necklaces from the raid. Any difficulty, it doesn't matter. We also have a blue kind of otter mount. This one is called Otto. It's just straight up. This one is, I think this one has a very nice model. This one comes from a hidden quest as well that haven't been found as of yet. Then there is the Temperamental Skyclaw. This one also comes from a sort of hidden quest where you have to bring 3 kinds of food to a hungry and temperamental Skyclaw in the Azure Span. Then there's the Liberated Slyven. This drops from a rare spawn in the Azure Span called the Breeze Spider. So it's like a fox bat, kind of creepy in my opinion. Then you have the Senate Hatchling. This is not a transform mount like the other one, but it's a pretty cool mount as well. This one hatches from an egg that drops from a rare spawn in the Onaran Plains. Then you have Magma Shell. The way you obtain this mount is currently unknown, but the dungeon journal states that you have to complete a quest called Empty Magma Shell in the Waking Shores. It's a pretty nice snail model mount, I believe. There's also a darker version of this snail, and this one comes from the Glory of the Dungeon hero in Dragonflight. So this one is achievement linked. Then you have the Loyal Magma Moth, also comes from a hidden kind of achievement and quest in the Waking Shores. There's also a darker version that comes from Glory of the Vault of the Incarnate's Raider. Then you have the Keystone Master mount for Season 1 in Dragonflight, the Hailstorm Armoredon. I know a lot of people will be disappointed that it's not flying, but I think it's pretty cool anyway. And we're only gonna use our dragon riding mounts in the Dragon Isles anyway, so fine. I think it looks cool. For PvP, we have the Vicious Sabertooth. There's, of course, both an Alliance version, but also a Horde version as well. They look pretty neat. And last but not least, we have the Gladiator mount, which is a customization for the Highland Drake that you saw in the beginning. It's called the Embodiment of the Crimson Gladiator. Looks like this. Pretty fucking badass, if you ask me. So this one you can dragon ride with this one. And there is also it's presumably a mythic version of the Rasageth model that you can get for your renewed Proto Drake as well as a customization. It looks like this. So you can ride a baby Rasageth. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.